Every Wednesday, we do it for the streets, we do it for community, we find out what's going on, how we can improve ourselves, or we even meet people who improve themselves. And today, we got a little bit of both. We have Ruth Lawrence, who is the founder of Yes Effect International. She is on the line with us today. They have a conference coming up for the youth out there, so let's find out what's popping, what's happening. When we say youth, you really ain't looking for like young folks. You kind of want the 18s to the 25s. That's a hard area of life. They kind of think they know everything.
Well, it's interesting to know that yes, that might be the case.
Might?
It's always important.
When you're 18 to
we can
25,
help them
let's
to
be
navigate.
honest. When you're 18 to 25, you kind of think you start to know everything and everybody else got it wrong. But here you are. I know how to do it right. And then you realize, yeah, adulting is not that easy. Yeah.
So true.
So talk to me about this.
The What's Next conference really is geared towards seeing how we can help young persons to navigate this period of life in terms of improving their brand, how to invest, how to make money using your
Woo!
gift and talent.
Nice.
I think many times we often look at the traditional means in terms of how young persons can, you leave school, you go and get a job. But then what about other persons who might not be too sure in terms of the career path to take? How can they position themselves to actually be considered one for a job, or how to create their own jobs by monetizing their skills and talent?
Yes.
So that's really the what next. And we know, Nikki, this stage of life is always, what is the next thing I'm gonna do? So now I've left high school, or I might be at high school. What am I gonna do after this? And so the What's Next conference is so positioned to help young persons again to navigate this phase of life.
Yeah. And it's kind of tough sometimes. Young people, I don't think they really do know what's next. Even if they from a young age start planning what they want their life to look like. I am going to grow up and then ... and then reality hits. And it's tough for a lot of them because, a lot of times they might not realize that life has many different doors. So if one shuts, guess what? Keep knocking, another can open. So
Absolutely.
How do youths get involved with something like this?
So with regards to the conference or with regards to the organization?
Both. Give me all of it. I
Okay,
want
so
every
both.
piece of info.
All right, so let me give you all the details.
And break it down so they know the
basically,
difference.
So let me break it down.
Yeah.
So first of all, the Yes Effect International really is a vision board and strategy initiative, really.
Nice.
I don't know if you've ever heard the scripture, without vision, the people perish. And really, it's along that basis because at the end of the day, in order for you to advance in life, you must have a vision.
Yeah.
What are you planning towards? What do you see? Where do you see yourself?
How do
And
you
it's
start the
not
change?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you have that path, that vision for your life, now you'll have to chart out the plan. To say, all right, then, okay, if I need to, let's say, be a radio broadcaster in the next couple of years, I'll probably want to work on my public speaking skills.
Yeah.
I'll probably want to enroll in CARMAC or, an institution that can help me to further or advance myself in this area. So that's the plan. But again, the do it part now, because, oh, by the way, the theme is Seed Planet Do It, right? And it really just speaks to the fact that you seen the vision for your life, you putting a plan in place, and you actually doing it. Many times we procrastinate a lot, Nikki, in terms of what we need to do. We know we need to do it,
Yeah.
but we don't do it. And so it's really to see how best we can get young persons to get that vision for their lives, put the plan in place, and to actually do it.
Yeah, sometimes we don't do it because of fear. We don't do it because of fear sometimes. We're afraid of failing.
Listen, fear is the biggest thing or obstacle that has stopped many young persons from advancing and actualizing their dreams. And so we want to show them that, hey, it's okay rather to be fearful, but let fear be your fuel to advance yourself to the next level.
Absolutely.
That's what we want. We want young persons who are willing and able and serious about leveling up, right? So we want them to look at, for example, their finances. I believe that probably if I a few years ago would have gotten this kind of information, I believe my spending habits would probably be a little bit better. My investment journey would have been way better than it is now.
Absolutely.
So we want to expose them How can you invest? Where do you invest? What are the strategies? We actually have one of our
And
speakers,
not just
Lorenzo.
investing, money management. How about you learn how to manage your
Exactly,
money?
literacy,
Hmm.
right? And all of those things we want to look at the conference. So we will have young people or professionals who will be talking and pouring into the young people,
Hmm.
right? With regards to the Yes Effect and the Woman Up Now. So the Woman Up really is a talk show that is hosted by Aishiba Cornwall, who is one of the United States social media ambassador. And
Okay.
the show really is so created to empower young women in terms of how they can navigate life. And so both initiatives again is really built on the premise of empowerment. And this is what we want young persons to be empowered to see themselves differently from the vision that they currently have.
I
Because
love that.
sometimes, where we are right now, we haven't even scratched the surface as to where it is that we can go or what we can do. And so we want the potential to come out. We want them to maximize it as much as possible
Yep.
in becoming the best versions of themselves.
A lot of people don't actually believe they can because they believe that they're victims of their own circumstance. How do you reach out to the kids in underserved communities that might not really understand how great they can be, or how can we as a collaborative do stuff like that, because programs like this are really needed, definitely more so in those communities than anywhere else. It's needed everywhere, don't get me wrong. But in communities
That's true.
underserved, if we really want to break the cycle, we have to start with actually letting them have some kind of hope, which I think it's lacking nowadays.
And this is exactly why, Nikki, we're having this kind of conference because I grew up in the inner city community,
Yeah.
but I knew there was more that I could do with my life.
Yeah.
And since that time, I've been on a quest to see how I can pull other young persons, irrespective of where it is that they come from, but
Yeah.
more so persons from the inner city, to understand that, listen, this is not your destination. Yes,
No.
this is your current reality, but
Yeah.
it's not your destination.
No.
And so when we have persons who are able to pour and to share that, hey, this is my story. I went to school, school without having the necessary financial resources.
Right.
But because of my faith and a strong mother who was there to back me, I am here by the grace of God,
Yeah.
to be able to serve and help others. And so it's really that testimonial. It's really
Mm-hmm.
showing persons that it is possible, and I think when persons get that glimpse to know that it is possible,
Yeah.
that's when their minds start to churn a little bit to say, hey, this limitation that I've put myself
I've
in, this
put my
box, it's
yes.
no longer my
Mm-hmm.
reality. Why? Because as they say in a Nikki, you live in a box, you eat out of a box, and when you die, you're
Yep.
gonna be placed in a box. So why
You
not
skipped
live
a
your
step.
life outside of the
You
box?
skipped a step, because when you live in that box, eat in that box, stay in that box, you know what
Mm.
else you do in that box? Because when you eat, the food got to go somewhere. And the longer you
Oh
sit, and
wow.
the longer you sit in that box, you don't even smell it no more. So you just surround yourself in it, and you just stuck in it.
So on point.
Okay,
There
girl,
you
girl,
go.
I'm with you, and I,
Stuck in
I,
your own
I, I
reality.
wish when I sit here on radio, I wish the listeners would understand that most of the biggest empowered and people who inspire you the most all came from some kind of
Mm.
story of hardship. You don't really see the
Oh yes.
lollipops and butterfly people differently that way. You see people who have been through things, you know. I think your phone is going
Absolutely.
crazy. So we're gonna wrap. How do people follow you and keep up with? Wait, ow. Let's see if we can fix that. Hold on. Let's see if we can fix that. Yeah, that's loud, Jeff. That hurts. Is that better? Do we?
Yes.
It's her phone, right? Your phone sounds like it's passing gas. It's like,
Is
there it is. It stopped passing gas. That was me that time. That was.
I think it might be my headphones, so let me remove them for a little bit.
Or give us all the information we need to know.
So all the information. So definitely you can go to the United States Embassy page
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram and Facebook for the link to sign up.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to the Woman Up JA page on Instagram, and you
Yeah.
can also go to the Yes Effect International page on Instagram. So the link is in all the bios, so you
Yeah.
can click and sign up ASAP. To be honest, we are almost oversubscribed, but nonetheless, for the faithful few who are interested in being a part of this initiative,
Right.
we encourage you to sign up. Unfortunately, I won't be able to give you the location, right, considering the nature of the conference, but what I can tell you is this: once you would have signed up, we'll actually send you the information
You'll
as to the
get
location
contacted,
for the
and
event.
not just the
Yes,
event, but future events that are just like this.
absolutely. We'll
Mhm.
keep you on our mailing list.
Do you get help by corporate sponsors or anything? Who helps?
Uh,
Government?
well, the, Well, I must say that this event is actually powered by the United States Embassy. It was a support that has been, extended to us technical wise and
Right.
financial wise. So we're really grateful. Big shout out to the
Yeah, this
United
is
States
important.
Embassy.
Absolutely. Big up to the
Yes.
U.S. Embassy. But what's the Jamaica government doing to help you? Anything?
Well, in all honesty and in all fairness, this was really a grant that was given from the embassy. So we didn't necessarily reach out. We didn't need to reach out otherwise. So I'd have to, and I'm sure if
Mm-hmm.
I did, there would have probably been a positive response to that, because I work in a space where I know that things like this is always a need for young people.
Yes,
So
it's a
yeah.
need, but it's not there. So that's why I asked you the question. We need more
And this
of
is
it.
why we come up with ideas like this,
Mm-hmm.
to see how best we can show, the world and Jamaica that it can be done and the impact that it will actually have. So who
And
to
more
tell? Maybe next year
importantly,
we'll be partnering.
we can sugarcoat till we're blue in the face, but the most important thing about this is we need programs like this to help change the mindset of our youth. If we want to run around and complain that our youth are doing bad things and they're always focused on the bad things, but we never want to do things that help to get them off the streets, that help to show them other ways, then I don't feel we really have a right to just complain about them in general. So I say once again to the government, pay attention to what this lady right here is doing. This beautiful lady, Ruth Lawrence, founder of Yes Effect International, because we need things like this in every parish. You can't expect the kids to do
And
better
just
if
to
they
say,
don't see the adults
Nikki,
doing
I'm
better.
glad you made that point, because I'm very intimate with the work that the youth department has been doing, and trust me, a lot of things have been going on for our underserved, and as a
Not
matter of fact,
enough.
the folk,
Not
yeah, well,
enough.
I can say more can be done, definitely,
Way
but
more
I
can be
must say
done.
that
Nowhere
there's a lot
near
of work that's
enough.
going on.
Where are the community centers in Jamaica?
Where are they?
Yeah, where are they? How many are there for the kids?
Well, there are several, but I believe, again, where the local government is concerned, we can get more support on the
I
ground.
love
But there
it.
have been spaces that have been improved to
Have you
cater
seen
to
some of
some of those
them? Have you
needs.
seen the upkeep of some of them?
That
Okay, so
I
that's
might
another.
not be
So
too
there
privy
we go.
to.
I'm just. We could go. All I'm saying is change is needed
I
and it
get you.
needs
I
to
get you. I
happen.
get you. I get
Less
you. I get
excuses
you.
from
So
everybody who has the power to make these changes, and they need to just put the foot to ground, 10 toes down, and start making things happen because the money is there. The
absolutely,
money is there. All right, we got the lovely
absolutely.
one, Ruth Lawrence. She's the founder of Yes Effect International. She has a great conference coming up. Give them the social media one more time how they can follow.
So that's the United States Jamaica Embassy page
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram and Facebook, the Woman Up JA Instagram page, and
Yeah.
the Yes Effect International Instagram page.
All right. Tell the whole crew I said keep the fight going. I love stuff like this, and you are free to come back on the show and tell us about any other projects you have going on. We are friends to you for sure. So thank you for stopping by, Ruth.
Certainly my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right. Until next time, that right there is Ruth Lawrence, founder of the Yes Effect International.